Right now, the NUM's Mpumalnga Highveld region has held a meeting with Public Enterprises Minister Pravin Gordhan. It focused on the power crisis and sabotage at Eskom. It also made suggestions on how the minister should turn the SOE around. The region is important as most of our power stations are in Mpumalnga. For more on that meeting, we're joined by the regional chairperson, Malekutu Motubatse. Thank you very much, Mr. Motubatse, for your time here on ENCA. Just firstly, what kind of outcomes, promises or agreements were made in this meeting?
Well, we can start by saying that we just had a follow-up meeting with the Minister Pravin Gordhan. In our previous meeting, we could not deal with two issues that we believe that they are a cause for load shedding. The first one, it's outages. The second one, it's maintenance in those BUs, if not power stations. So we've outlined issues that we really think that they can be able to assist in making sure that the maintenance of these power stations and the outages throughout these power stations are done in a proper manner, and therefore we don't have units just tripping haphazardly.
All right, but what type of promises were you made by the Public Enterprises Minister, and what are you going to do now? Are you going to try and get the same meeting with the Energy Minister once he or she is appointed?
No. You'll remember that the minister is not in power stations on a daily basis. We are organizing in those power stations as the NUM. We have members who would come to us and say, if 1, 2, 3 is done, we strongly believe that we can have electricity and load shedding can be avoided. One of the issues that we emphasized in our meeting yesterday was the issue of units that are running with what we call half loads. That in most cases they are caused by ash that is not being removed from the boilers. Sometimes you go even at the ash dams, you find that when the power stations must conduct what we call emergency dumping, we don't have a place where emergency dumping it can take place. Then we said to the minister, make sure that when there is time for outage, the contractors that are being appointed to conduct outage, they are the contractors that they can do work. Because what we have seen previously, we have seen people just masquerading as genuine contractors that can conduct outage, only to find that they are there for money. That is why for challenges of units just shipping haphazard. As for the issue of us meeting with Minister of Electricity who's going to be appointed, we are ready. In actual fact, we also want to meet with the President. We've got that ambition as the NUM that one day we will go to the office of the President and will outline our proposals as well to the President.
And I mean, Mr. Motubatse, also, are you not confused in terms of who exactly you need to speak to? Because there's the Public Enterprises Minister, there's the Minister of Mineral Resources, there's the Crisis Committee that was appointed after the President's address last year, and now there'll be this Electricity Minister whose office is going to be in the Presidency itself. So aren't you confused that your message is just going to get lost between all these people that are supposed to deal with our electricity crisis?
Oh, we are not confused because as we are speaking, myself and you now, Masego, Minister Pravin Gordhan is in charge of public enterprise, which Eskom is part of. So that is why we went direct to his office to say that because you've got a responsibility as a shareholder in Eskom, we believe that these are the issues that need to be attended to. We don't have a problem of engaging Minister of Energy as well, Comrade Gordhan, but for now we still believe that with Minister Gordhan, we are engaging with a person who's responsible, with a person who understands. By the way, he has a knowledge and understanding of the challenges that are confronting Eskom. He himself provided the solutions that he needs, that if they are implemented, load shedding can be something of the past. So we've got confidence in the minister. We believe that if given an opportunity, you can even see now, we are now on stage 3. We are no longer talking about stage 6 and stage 5.
We
are
shouldn't
not
talk
saying
about
that
any
we go on
stage,
three
actually. We shouldn't be talking about any.
Exactly. That is our approach as the NUM, that we want to make sure that we move from stage 3 to stage 0. We move to a stage that is not existent. We move to a situation where you've got electricity, and the entire South African population, they've got electricity. That is why as the NUM have taken a posture that says we are not going to be spectators. We are organizing in these power stations and we've got solutions.
Are you worried at all about jobs within the mining industry, looking at how, the unstable power in our electricity might actually affect the mining industry?
Well, we are very worried. Yes, then we are worried about the employment of our members at the mines, because we also remember that Mpumalnga and Highveld region in particular, majority of the coal mines are found here. So we are worried that load shedding can also make our members to lose their employment. So that is why we said, as opposed to people who come to television and try to bring a Google solution, we did not want to do that. We went to the minister because we are organizing these power stations. We talk to these members on a daily basis. We wanted to bring a solution that is coherent and a solution that will be sustainable.
And just lastly, we are hearing of a cabinet reshuffle as well. So you might have to have a meeting with a possible new Minister of Public Enterprises. So that's why I'm asking if you're concerned about your message being lost in translation between all these people that you're trying to speak to as the NUM to deal with the power crisis in our country.
Yes, we are of the view that should the president decide to reshuffle Minister Gordhan, then during handover, the Minister Gordhan will then brief the newly appointed minister. But again, we will not be waiting for a handover process. We will be the first trade union to write to the new minister if that happens, and we will request a meeting. We will also be the very first union to write to the Minister of Electricity to request for the meeting. We are currently planning to write to the president as well to request for a meeting, because we want to have a long solution when it comes to load shedding.
All right, Mr. Motubatse, thank you very much for your time. We're hoping as South Africans that these meetings will actually, bring up some kind of solutions. Thank you for speaking to us.